What's good, y'all? It's that boy, Easy Millions, and I'm your host of That Boy ETV. You already know, man, we are back on Marvel Rivals, and few things I gotta go over again with you guys, right? Because I just want to make sure that I'm not crazy or I'm not just overthinking stuff, right? Just want to make sure. And on top of that, bounce ideas off with you guys, right? So first thing is going to be, I'm pretty sure we're all in agreement, right? That when it comes to comp play, that if you leave that match but at any point, you should have a penalty, right? There should be a penalty for you quitting out of a comp game. Pretty sure everyone in the community can agree to that, right? Now, why is it though, if I'm playing quick play, a game that doesn't matter, a game that, if we're not, from what we're understanding, you put bots in from time to time, to help make sure that you manufacture wins, right? So you're willing to put bots into the match. But for some reason, when I want to leave out a quick play and quit it, I get penalized. Why must I get a penalty for quitting in quick play? Just go ahead and fill it with a bot. You're already filling matches with bots, so just fill it. I should be able to come in and out as much as I want when it comes to quick play. Now, when it's on the comp side of things, of course, you should not be able to quit at any time. And you should get a severe penalty for quitting. That's the thing. I do believe that. But when it comes to quick play, I don't think that there really should be any penalty for quitting the game, especially if we have games that you want to put bots in to help manufacture wins anyway. Like, that's just crazy to me. And then what makes it even worse, right? I quit out of a quick play game. It bans me from queuing up in quick play, right? But it allows me to queue up in comp play. Why? Like, so what you're telling me is I can play quick play, rage quit out of quick play, and instead of just keep letting me play quick play, which are games that don't matter, you're now basically telling me I have to wait to play or now go play in comp where I'm probably already mad because I rage quit. So now you're forcing me over to comp where I'm probably going to do even worse. Like, how are you banned from quick play, but you're allowed to queue up comp? Like, that doesn't compute in my head. And that's what I mean by, am I crazy? Like, it doesn't make sense that you're banning me from public matches, but you're telling me I can play competitive ranked matches. Like, that's just weird to me, Let me know. Am I the one that's, like, am I tripping about this? Is this like just a little pet peeve or something? But that's just like a crazy thing right there that I've just seen. And just trying to wonder why that's even a thing right now, man. Like, can we get that can we please be able to quit out of quick play whenever we want? Please and thank you, man. Now, for the next thing that I want to go over here, and that's going to be that it seems as though even with some introductions of new characters recently, like Phoenix, the player count still seems to be somewhat going down, and it doesn't seem as though players are engaging as much with the game. Now, I think the reason for this is because the way it's not the SBMM, it's definitely the EOMM, or the engaged optimized matchmaking, right? Like, I know that if I don't play the game for a couple days and I get on, that day I get on, I'm going to be winning all day. I might get a loss here or there, but I'm going to be getting a win all day. But I know the next day I get on, I'm going to be getting losses all day. And you can predict this every time you pretty much log on to the game. Like, it was crazy because I played the game, I won it, and I won my first game, and I play my second game, we lose, and then someone comes into the game chat that was my teammate, and he says, yep, in the losers queue today. So he's been losing all day, right? Now, if he's been on the loser's queue and I'm in his, right? Because remember, this is my second game. So I won my first game. Second game I lose, and this guy tells me he's in a loser's queue. Why is it from that moment forward, I lost every other game I played that day? Lost 4 games straight and hopped off. You know why that was? That's because the time before I got on, I won 4 or 5 games and only lost once. Again, when it comes to the EOMM in a game like this, with this game being so team orientated, and don't get me wrong, solo skill does matter because you need to be able to play all the roles to be the most effective. So I'm assuming that if you're in the high ranks, even though we know that one tricks in the high ranks do exist, but in theory, if you're in the high ranks, you should be able to play multiple roles at a high level. You don't have to be like the greatest player in each one, but you should be serviceable at minimal. You see, bare minimum, you're serviceable. Like, you can go out there and you could do your thing and be good and hold your own. But for some odd reason, the way this matchmaking system works, it's hard to tell when you yourself are getting good, when you know for a fact that you're going into games where you're bound to lose, or you're in a matchmaking system where it focuses so much on putting you at a certain win rate that you can almost predict what type of games you're getting that day. And it's weird. It's wild. And this is why players are still leaving the game. Because at the end of the day, Engage Optimized Matchmaking isn't doing what they want it to do or what they intended for it to do. Instead of it making players continue to play, it primarily is pushing players away. Now, you're going to have your grinders out there that just grind through it anyway. And I have a homeboy, like, he knows that it exists. He tells, he be like, yeah, man, some days I go on, a couple days losing streak, and then as soon as that's over, he goes on a couple days of winning streak where he can't lose. He winning everything. Now, is that fun? That's not really fun. And in my opinion, like I told him, if you're a good player, you should just be winning. You will be engaged. If the game is fun and you enjoy the game, you'll be engaged. And if you're winning, your winning should not be determined on how they feel. If you win, like if they feel you need to lose in order to keep you on the game, they're going to put you in the game to make you lose. And that's not satisfying as a player. And I know it's frustrating as hell. So can we please do something about that with this EOMM, man? Because it's crazy out there, man. It's fucking crazy. Now, another thing that's a little interesting for me to think about, especially as a content creator myself, and that's going to be how, starting with the next update and with Blade's release, we're going to basically start getting a new release schedule for content. Characters more often, coming at a more steady pace. How do I think that this is going to affect the game? And honestly, I'm asking you guys, how do y'all think that this is going to affect the game? The first thing I'm going to say is it's going to be a positive in the sense of we're probably about to get to see a lot of Marvel characters that a lot of us loved growing up, and we're probably about to see them come into this game for the first time. Because at the rate that they're planning on adding characters, there's a very good chance that the character that you want to see or that I want to see ends up in the game. Like, I know Juggernaut better be in the game as a tank at some point. You know what I'm saying? I want to see my boy Juggernaut, man. That should be cool. Especially if he goes, I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. Well, we know he's not going to say that, but hey, Juggernaut is a tank. Gotta get it, man. But on the downside of this as well, the first downside I see this, and I know we all see this happening, is we continue to get way too many DPS characters opposed to the other roles. Ever since the game has come out, the DPS role has dominated as far as the characters go. Even with incoming new characters, we've gotten more DPS, if I'm not mistaken, than we have any other role. So I don't want for us to start getting more and more characters, and ultimately all these characters are primarily DPS. Like, let's say out of 5 characters, we get 3 DPS and 2 in a tank and a healer. You know, that seems like something they might do out of like a 5 lineups. You know, they might go DPS tank, DPS healer, DPS or something like that. You know what I mean? Like the way that the roster is set up, we need more healers and tanks in the game. So I'm hoping that at least in the beginning, with the release of more characters on a more consistent basis, that they release healers and vanguards at a higher rate, especially in the beginning when it comes to characters, just to kind of even those out and give us more options. Like one of the things about vanguards is there isn't really too many vanguards that's kind of quote unquote fun to play. And then the one that is truly fun to play, which would be like Captain America, has like 0 kill potential sometimes. Outside of his combo, the Wombo combo he got, a lot of times people are sitting there, you know, poking all day and not really getting killed. So unless you really know what you're doing with him, he's not as effective, but he is fun to play. Now the Thing is also here too, so let me not forget about the Thing. But outside of the Thing in Captain America, most tanks are kind of just point and shoot. So that's really boring to play. Now, the other good thing I can see about this again is we're getting a lot of content. So one of the things player communities complain about is they don't get enough stuff. And right now we're about to get more content than I think we can deal with, or not even just really deal with. We're getting content, I think, at the rate that pretty much everyone's attention span is at this point. So what I think they're saying it's going to be like a month and a half between like new characters. And again, by the time we see the hype of one character die down, there's going to be hype for the next. So I do think we're going to see an increase on player count, especially when these characters are released. But since they're being released kind of so often and close together, I think that player count should definitely hold, man. It should definitely hold. Now, the one more negative I want to point out is when it comes to this, I think one thing we definitely need to do is ban the use of new characters when it comes to rank, especially for like the first week or so that they're available, man. Because now that we're going to have new characters all the time, by the time most of these characters learn one person, there's going to be a new one. And you know you get mad when you hop on the rank or you hop on the comp on the day of the release of a character and people are playing the brand new characters and you're in Diamond or you're in Grandmaster and you're thinking to yourself, how the fuck are you playing this character already? She just fucking dropped an hour ago and you're already in comp with the character. Like you can't be out here practicing in comp, bruh. What are we doing? That's what quick play is for. So devs, how about you help protect the players and just make it to where when these new characters come out, they're banned from the band of use for about a week when rank first comes out, man. But down in them comments, man, let me know how y'all feel about this stuff, man. How do y'all feel? Do y'all think y'all should be able to leave quick play matches when y'all feel like it? Do you believe EOMM is still pushing players away? And how do you feel about the new upload of content we're about to be getting? And how you think it's going to affect the game, man? Let me know down in them comments, and let's get a conversation started, man. But until then, I'm going to leave y'all off with the rest of this gameplay here in the background, and I hope y'all enjoy that, man. But as always, please like, comment, subscribe, follow, share, become a supporter, and catch me streaming on Facebook Gaming and Twitch at DatBoyETV. Nah. Catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Ha. Peace.
This is real power. Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man.